This morning on DC News Now, DC leaders considering new laws to help reduce crime in the district.
Now lawmakers are taking a different approach this time around. Plus, DC Water announcing a major project is finally done. What this means for some neighborhoods prone to flooding.
Plus, a pilot jumps out of a fighter jet. That plane now missing. What we know this morning as investigators search for the aircraft.
And out there this morning, we're starting off with a few rain showers. Those are mainly across southern Maryland at this point, and those will continue to move out. So drier conditions will prevail as we get towards later on today. More details we can expect for the rest of the work week. That's all coming up in just a couple minutes.
And for the first time in more than a decade, the Washington Commanders starting out their season with 2 wins. A look at how the team is celebrating this morning.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, good morning. It is 6 o'clock now on a Monday morning, starting off with a live look outside. Not a bad start to the morning, but it's going to be a nice day ahead. But good morning, and thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Yeah, good morning to you. I'm Corey James, and tonight's right is going to be a pretty nice day.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, if you're heading out this morning, the roads may be a bit damp. We did see some rain showers yesterday, so I'm thinking today's weather will be a little bit better than yesterday. We did see some clouds. We saw a lot of rain. Now, out there this morning, yes, still dealing with some rain showers out there. Those will be on their way out. Right now, southern Maryland, we are seeing a lot of those showers working their way through there. Did see a few sprinkles earlier across north central Maryland. Those have since pushed their way off into southernmost parts of Pennsylvania. As we pan farther south, we're looking at St. Charles, seeing some of those light rain showers along with Lexington Park, even over towards Clinton and for La Plata, starting off a bit wet this morning. The wider view shows us it's also see with this trough that's situated over our area, but as that exits off towards the east, that will take all that precipitation with it as well. So we'll see drier conditions later today. Those temperatures out there right now, 50s along and north and west of the I-81 corridor. Currently 58 in Hagerstown, 55 in Winchester. Starting off low 60s, Culpeper, Fredericksburg, Orange, also low 60s in DC. A little bit warmer, Lexington Park starting off into the upper 60s. We do see some visibility issues, but now we did see some improvement in Hagerstown, now up to 10 miles. 2 miles though in Martinsburg. We're down to about a mile or two over towards Woodstock and Luray. Less than that over towards western Maryland, parts of West Virginia. So just be cautious on your travels. Mid-upper 70s later on today under a mix of sun and clouds, and we really do see nice weather the next several days. More detail on that with that 7-day in just a couple minutes. Guys.
Thank you, Jackie. Well, developing now, a teenager is recovering after being shot in southeast D.C. yesterday. Officials say this happened on Walters Lane at about 3:30. As of right now, the motive is not clear or any suspect information. We are working to learn more information and we'll bring you updates as soon as we get more information. All right, well, D.C. Council is reconvening after the summer recess this morning. Yeah, one of the first things they'll be discussing is public safety, and the committee is holding a public hearing on 4 bills.
Right, well, as this emergency public safety bill currently in effect is an emergency bill, it's only going to be in effect for 1 more month. So these 4 bills that the Public Safety Committee will be looking at either add to the current bill that's in place or completely add things that are in that emergency safety bill. So breaking down the 4 different bills, one of those will strengthen protections against the most vulnerable people in our community, seniors and children, by getting rid of the statute of limitations for certain crimes and adding to what is admissible in court. Another aims to tackle carjackings by helping drivers get wheel locks or lug nut locks on their cars. The third will expand the private security camera incentive from private citizens also to add small businesses. And finally, the committee will be hearing from the public regarding how physical evidence is handled when it comes to sexual assault and domestic violence. Well, right now, crime as a whole is up 28% compared to this time last year. Specific to the bills, motor vehicle theft is up 109%, sex abuse is up 8%, and robbery is up 67%. Now, the committee will be meeting at 10 o'clock right here in the Wilson building downtown. Anybody who was going to be speaking before the committee did have to sign up for that by last Friday. However, this is open for the public to listen in on, and of course, they can send their thoughts to council members separately in an email. If they want to come and listen in, they can either come here to the Wilson building. There is also an option to watch online. In downtown Washington, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Time right now was 6:03. Metro Police say a woman is dead after drowning near Chain Bridge along the D.C. and Maryland border. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue say a group of 24 people from an out-of-state college kayaking group were boating on the Potomac River yesterday. One woman was pinned under a rock inside her kayak, according to officials. Now, other people rushed to help before EMS arrived, but that woman died. D.C. police are now taking over that investigation. And Montgomery County Fire and Rescue is investigating several cases of arson in Gaithersburg. Officials say about half a dozen fires happened early yesterday morning, and investigators believe they're all connected. Those fires include several vehicle fires and business fires. This morning, business owners are feeling frustrated over the damage left behind.
Both some is vandalism or somebody do that. I really feel bad about that.
The fire department says the damage is significant. Now, no injuries were reported. A spokesperson is calling the fire suspicious, and officials say one person is in custody. In a matter of hours, the teen accused of shooting and killing a Duval High School student walking home from school is expected to appear in court.
Our Liberty Zabala is live outside of the courthouse in Upper Marlboro this morning with what we are learning about that suspect. Liberty, good morning.
Good morning, Tanaya and Corey. Well, police are describing that suspect as a 17-year-old male from Glen Arden. They say he killed Jada after a fight broke out between two groups, and Jada tried to step in to stop it. Now, officers say Jada was walking home from school last Monday when a fight broke out for an ongoing and petty matter. The fight broke out between students from her school and Charles Herbert Flowers High School. Her father and police say Jada tried to step in to protect her brother. That's when police say the suspect pulled out a gun and shot her. Now, the suspect goes to Charles Herbert Flowers High School. He is now facing first-degree and second-degree murder charges, as well as gun and assault charges. He will be tried as an adult.
This issue will not be resolved simply by the government. It will not be resolved by the police. It cannot just be resolved by the state's attorney. It must be resolved in the homes and in the communities of these children.
And now that bond hearing is set to take place here just after 1 p.m. this afternoon. Meanwhile, Jada's viewing and memorial funeral service is expected to take place this Wednesday. For now, live here in Upper Marlboro, Liberty Zabala, D.C. News Now.
Thank you, Liberty. Well, in the wake of Jada's death, Prince George's County officials are working to tackle teen gun violence at the source. Now they're asking for the community to stay involved through anti-violence workshops. The county held the first of these workshops on Saturday. The focus is on relationship building and mental health.
One of the most important things we can do is make sure that children have a very strong connection with their parents, with their communities, with their schools, so that they feel like the gang that they're already in, the one that is their family and is their school community, is the one that they need to belong to.
Several more workshops are planned in the county so people can still get involved.
In Montgomery County, reaction is pouring in after a report found the school system promoted Principal Joel Beidelman despite sexual harassment allegations. That report found some MCPS leaders knew about an investigation into allegations that Beidelman was harassing teachers. However, the report claims they did not inform the Board of Education until after Beidelman was promoted. The head of Montgomery County Education Association, Jennifer Martin, said MCPS created a culture where victims were silenced by fear and reprisal. A vicious cycle went unchecked, allowing this rampant abuse to continue, end quote. And Montgomery County Executive Mark Elrich releasing a statement saying it is disturbing that those involved in promoting the principal did not feel an obligation to follow up on the details of an investigation that they were aware of prior to approving the promotion. Now, Elrich calls the handling of the complaints highly irresponsible, inappropriate, and a risk to school security. And Maryland Superintendent of Schools is withdrawing his request for a second term. Mohammed Chowdhury will not renew his contract when it expires next June. Now, he has served since 2021 and has faced mounting scrutiny because of his management style. Recently, state lawmakers complained the superintendent was not communicating well about big investments the state is making into K-12 education. In a statement, Maryland Governor Wes Moore thanked Chowdhury for his leadership, acknowledging his time serving through the pandemic and a transformative time for the state's education system. The Board of Education will share plans for its transition and a national search for replacement by the end of this month. And Alexandria's new school zone speed camera program will start ticketing drivers today. The new program features cameras in 3 different school zones across the city. Now, those include roads near Francis Hammond Middle School, John Adams Elementary School, and George Washington Middle School. Some important things to keep in mind about the program: speed cameras are only active when school speed limit signs are flashing. Citations are also $100 and will be sent through the mail. And there are signs that are letting drivers know that they're entering a speed camera zone. Also, Metro wants your feedback as it could soon be changing how it names the bus routes. Officials are now inviting riders to take a survey to find out how Metro should rename its routes to make riding easier for passengers. The survey is part of Metro's Better Bus initiative to improve rider experience and efficiency. You can find that survey on Metro's website. It will be accepting public comment until September 28th. And after 6 years of construction, DC Water says the northeast boundary tunnel under Rhode Island Avenue is complete. Now, this will add 90 million gallons of water storage. Officials say that they hope the tunnel will alleviate severe flooding in the area. 10 dogs died in a flash flood at a doggy daycare in that area last month. The tunnel will also help keep the Anacostia River clean.
All right, your time right now is 6:10 this morning. The Washington Commanders start their season 2-0 for the first time since 2011. Now, this after the Commanders came back in the second half to beat the Broncos 35-33 yesterday. The Commanders were able to pull off that win after the Broncos failed to tie up the game on a 2-point conversion as time expired. Quarterback Sam Howell says he's happy his team could pull off that win.
This is a resilient team, and the thing I'm proud of is we had each other's back on both sides of the ball. That's what good teams have to do to find a way to win. We knew there was a lot of football left. Obviously, we would have liked to come out and start a little better, but at the end of the day, we made the plays when we needed to make them, and that's what matters.
Yes, they did. Well, the Commanders continue their season at home on Sunday against the Bills. That game is set to kick off at 1 p.m. And tomorrow, lawmakers on Capitol Hill will be considering a new bill to revitalize the RFK Memorial Stadium site in Northeast. That legislation would allow D.C. to lease the stadium from the federal government. D.C. would then be able to use that land for stadium redevelopment, commercial and residential redevelopment. All right.